Welcome to my first FPL video of the season. In this video, I am going to walk you through my team, my structure, and why I have certain players that I have. Before I start this video, two things that I need to share. First, please do not subscribe right now, but watch the video till the end. And if you feel that I can add value to your FPL game, please become a lifelong subscriber. And second is that I am certainly logged into a game week 2 free hit and most likely a game week 6 or 7 wildcard. So this team has been set up accordingly. With that in mind, let's get the video rolling. Starting off with the goalkeeper, I have opted for Matt Sells. I did not own Sells for the whole of last season while he was such a popular pick, and I do not want to miss out on him while he has one of the best opening defensive fixtures this season. If you look at the fixture ticker here, only Sunderland and Brentford have better opening 6 defensive fixtures than Forest. And we are not going anywhere near Sunderland or Brentford when it comes to them keeping clean sheet, right? So Sells picks himself automatically. Now many of you would have a question here that will Forest be the same defense as they were last season? Because at the end of last season, we could all see their defense collapsing. My simple answer to that is that they do not have to be a great defense this season. I only need them to be a good defense for the start of the season. If you look at their fixtures, apart from Arsenal in game week 4, all 5 are clean sheetable in my opinion. And if they come out of this fixture run with 3 clean sheets, I'll be very happy. And with them being able to keep all their defenders for this season, which were there last season, I would not be surprised if they come up with more than 3 clean sheets from their first 6 opening fixtures. Dubravka is my 4.0 million goalkeeper as he is the most likely keeper to start at that price point. But I am never going to play him till I play my wildcard in game week 6 or 7 and his fixtures are anyways so terrible that we can just ignore him for now. This is how my defense is shaping up. For all the reasons I spoke for Matt Sells, Neco Williams is in my team. Forest have kept a lot of clean sheet in the preseason games as well, which builds more confidence in their defense. I could have gone for Murillo or Milenkovic as I still have 0.5 million in the bank, but I do like to keep some flexibility of funds at the start of the season. I've gone for Frimpong over Van Dijk only because Bradley is injured right now, so Frimpong will start. And the guy is an attacking monster. He has a goal or an assist in every 3 games throughout his career. Not last season, not for 2 seasons, but throughout his career. And since it is the start of the season, I am willing to take some risk and go for the upside. If you want to go for Van Dijk, that's the best place to be. I believe for the opening 6 game weeks, Van Dijk is the most nailed and the best defender that you can go for. But if you are chasing upside, Frimpong is the guy to be had in your team. My third defender is Van de Ven, and I have him only because of the fixtures and how well he rotates with Richards and Williams in my team. If you look at the opening 6 fixtures, remove game week 2 as I will be playing my wildcard, you can see that I can play Liverpool, Forest and a Spurs player in game week 1. Game week 3 is going to be tricky, but Liverpool can keep a clean sheet in any given fixture, so the defense will remain the same. In game week 4, I can drop Williams and play Richards instead when he faces Sunderland at home, so I do not need to play my Forest defender against Arsenal. In game week 5, I have options to play either Van de Ven or Richards, and in game week 6, I'll have the same defense as game week 1 with all 3 defenders having really good fixtures. You can also look at Chelsea defenders as they have looked like a stable team in recent times, but their opening run of fixtures aren't necessarily screaming clean sheets, and for that reason I do not have them in my team. That's all about the defense. Let's look at the midfield, shall we? And this is where I am going to lose a lot of you. But just hear me out. Give me 3 to 5 minutes of your time and we'll see why this is not as bad as it looks. Salah is in the team for obvious reasons. Though I have seen people starting to doubt Salah after watching the preseason games and saying that he is playing too wide, missed the penalty, blah blah blah. No. Even during last year's preseason, everyone was saying the same about Salah, that he is playing too wide. And then we all saw what he did in the Premier League. He had a record-breaking season. If you are never going to start with Salah, fair enough. But if you were, do not let these preseason games fool you into selling him and buying someone else instead. Now let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? What TF is Johnson doing here? He is here for very obvious reasons. First, fixtures for Spurs are great. If you look at the attacking fixture ticker here, and you can pause and take a screenshot, this would definitely help you with your planning as well. Spurs have the 4th best fixtures. Second reason is that whenever Johnson plays, he gets involved a lot. We all know how attacking he is. And if you look at the best captains for Game Week 1, Fantasy Football Scout says he is the third best captain along with Haaland. Only Palmer and Salah are ranked higher. This is how confident these analytics tools are on him. And if they are, why not us? He always passes the eye test when he plays. Now, there is a lot going on at Spurs, and I understand that they're linked with Savinho, Eze, and they already have a pretty stacked midfield and winger positions. But if he starts, the fixtures are there, and at the start of the season, I particularly like to take some risk. What's the worst that could happen? You'll be a million, 2 million at the end of Game Week 6. You can always play your wild card and set your team for the future and still end up under 50k, 40k, or 30k easily. So if you are a risky and an aggressive manager as I am, at his price point, he is definitely an exciting pick. Coming to Malen, he has had a great preseason. He has been scoring goals, providing assists, and with Rodgers a slight doubt for Game Week 1, he should definitely start that game. And even with Rodgers, Malan should start at the right side of the midfield. Again, a risky buy for sure. Keep him at your own risk. But with no other 5.5 midfielder as exciting as him, he has made into my team. As for Reinders, he's only in my team because I need a 5.5 million playing midfielder who can also provide me with some attacking returns. The guy has had 10 goals and 3 assists in a struggling AC Milan team last season, and he has shown that by scoring a brace off the bench in the last preseason game that Man City were involved. Maybe a knee-jerk reaction, but who other 5.5 million midfielder would you have if not for him? Maybe a Anderson, maybe a Caicedo for the DEFCON points. But I do not want to target the DEFCON points. I want to have an attacker who can play and can provide me with some DEFCON points if needed. And now comes the heavy strike force, Haaland, Bowen and Pedro. Now you can see where all the money has gone. Having both Salah and Haaland has taken a toll at my midfield. But I do not mind because they are bound to give me points. Coming to strikers, all these 3 players have great opening run of fixtures. I had started with both Haaland and Salah last season and it did pretty well for me. And I'm going to do so again this season as they are the 2 best captain choices at any given week. Pedro is in the team because that guy has 5 goals in 5 in a Chelsea shirt and none of them as penalty. Will his minutes be shared with Delap or Jackson if he stays? Probably yes. But can Pedro deliver 3 attacking returns in the first 6 with 60 or 70 minutes in every game? I won't be surprised if he did. You can also go for a Mateta or Solanke at 7.5, but Pedro's ownership and also the fact that I do not have a certain Cole Palmer in my team, I certainly need some Chelsea cover, and that is what Pedro will be providing. Bowen is in my team because he has Sunderland in Game Week 1 and a good set of opening fixtures. Can Bowen come with a double-digit return against Sunderland? Why not? When you are building your team, you should target Game Week 1 fixtures along with the best opening 6 to 8 fixtures, and Bowen ticks both of those boxes for me. That 0.5 million that I have in spare could be used to turn Bowen to Watkins and Reinders to a 5 million midfielder if he emerges in Game Week 4 to attack the Everton, Sunderland and Fulham fixtures that Villa have. Now I'm going to walk you through another draft that I had before this current team that I have. The only change is that instead of Haaland and Reinders, I had Palmer and Wirtz, and this team looks way better. But the point is that I want to target Haaland fixtures. I want to target the upside that these players can bring and take some risk at the start of the season. Do I feel that Haaland is a better pick than Palmer? Any day. You don't know if Palmer will start hot or cold at the start of the season. And for Wirtz, I would like to see how he settles in the Premier League, as the track record for many Bundesliga players coming into the Premier League has not been that good, and only a few success stories have emerged, Haaland being one of them though. I have a good structure with my current team and 2 transfers in this team, and the team could look completely different. Having money binded up in Salah and Haaland gives me a lot of room to rotate these funds around if I don't need any one of those players in my team. I am an aggressive manager who likes to take risk at the start of the season, because if you're not having fun playing FPL, why are you even playing it in the first place? I'll leave you with that thought and we'll see you in another video next week.